I want to bring in Jack Ford now to talk about some of the specifics and the evidence here. Jack, good morning to you.
Good morning, Jeff.
We're talking about a far different legal system, Italy versus the U.S., and that makes a difference here.
Completely different, and in some ways very puzzling. In the U.S., if Amanda Knox is convicted of murder, she gets an appeal to a 2 or 3 judge panel, generally speaking. There are no witnesses there. There's no new testimony. Lawyers make legal arguments based on the transcript, and the panel will decide, is the conviction okay, does it stand, or were there some legal issues to send it back and do it again? Here, this is akin to a second trial. There are new judges. There's a jury of 6 people that are listening to testimony, evidence, witnesses coming in here. Amanda Knox making an impassioned plea of her own, and the judge has ordered we're going to have a series of hearings here. We're going to take a look at the DNA, independent experts, not where you have the prosecution and the defense jockeying with their own, independent experts, perhaps some new witnesses coming into this case. So you can see it's very much like she's getting a real second bite of the apple, because that's the way the Italian justice system works.
Yeah, or at least that mini trial you talked about.
Yeah.
How optimistic should her parents be at this point? I would say that Etta was optimistic, but guardedly optimistic this morning. She's clearly seen barriers in the past that they haven't been able to overcome.
I think no surprise to see the family being optimistic. You have to be optimistic about it. Look, if I'm their lawyer, I'm saying, hey, we're getting a second shot of this. We've got some questions in the minds of the jurors and the judges here about the validity of this DNA evidence, and we know how powerful DNA evidence can be. So I think if you're the family, you're looking at it saying, all right, best case scenario here, this judge might say there were so many problems with this, given the new witnesses, the new testimony, and problems with DNA, if there are down the road. The judge has the capacity to say either, you know what, this case is done. There's not enough evidence to convict you here. There's also some possible downsides.
And then the downsides being?
The downside being either, after all of this, the judge says, you know what, we're still satisfied, you're guilty. Worst case scenario could be not only guilty, but they could jack up her sentence a little bit. The prosecution was unhappy with the 26 years she got and said she should have gotten more time for all of it.
And very, very quickly, timeline, this lingers on for how long?
Probably as much as 9 months, a whole series of hearings going on here, and then we'll get a decision from them.
Jack Ford, always good to see you.
All right, Jeff.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.